Welcome back to your personal finance classroom, where we break down your money questions to make it easy for you to live your best life. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when new videos come out. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it. Today, we're talking about how to save for retirement. Retirement savings provides you the funds to enjoy a comfortable life when you stop working, or even just reduce the amount of hours you work. Whether you're in your 20s or your 50s, whether your employer offers a 401k program or not, whether you're self-employed, and no matter how much money you make, you have options when it comes to retirement savings. The first step is understanding how retirement savings works so you can use that to your advantage and maximize your retirement savings. Maybe you're familiar with the term 401k or IRA, and you know you should be saving for retirement. But the whole thing feels complicated and maybe a little too far away. By the end of this lesson, you'll be a more informed saver with the knowledge to make decisions that work for you and your retirement savings. In this lesson, we're going to break down your retirement saving options and share the steps you need to know when it comes to saving for your future. Retirement savings looks a little different than saving for things like buying a house or putting away money in an emergency fund. There are specific accounts for retirement savings that help your money grow over time and provide additional tax benefits, which we'll get into in a bit. With a retirement account, you're putting away money that you don't plan to touch until you're at least 59 and a half. Taking money out before then means you'll be paying a 10% penalty in addition to regular income tax on that money. A benefit of retirement accounts, regardless of what type, is that your retirement account also functions as an investment account. Investment accounts hold stocks, bonds, funds, and other securities in addition to cash. When you put money into your retirement account, you'll have access to a range of investments, which means your money can grow over time. At the end of the day, that money is subject to fluctuate with the markets. The amount in your retirement savings can rise and fall, but a solid investment strategy that's working for you with little effort can mean your retirement savings grows through compound interest. Compound interest is interest that shows greater increases with passing time, which gives your retirement savings an extra boost. And the more time your money has to compound and grow, there's greater opportunity for that money to earn more money. Your investments can grow without being taxed. This is why it's important to start saving for retirement as soon as possible. Whether you have dreams of slow days with nothing to do except volunteer at the library, or you're planning to travel the world and explore new countries and anything in between, saving for retirement as soon as possible can mean you have the funds waiting for you when you retire. Let's talk about the different types of retirement accounts you might want to use. A 401k is a retirement savings account that comes through your employer. A 401k allows you to invest directly from your paycheck and has the benefit of being a tax-deferred savings account. A tax-deferred savings account is an investment account that allows you to postpone paying income taxes on the money you invest until it's withdrawn, which is usually after retirement. When you make money, that income is taxable. If you receive a paycheck, you can see in the breakdown of your pay that some of your money might go to health insurance and some of it goes to both state and federal government. That's the tax you pay on your income. With a 401k savings plan, you can put money away and that money won't be taxed until you're ready to use it, typically after you retire. Because the money comes directly out of your paycheck, you usually don't even notice. You're saving for retirement without even having to do anything. And the biggest benefit of a 401k account is that most employers offer a 401k match. A 401k employer match is when your employer contributes a certain amount to your retirement savings plan, in addition to the amount you contribute. So, for example, if you choose to contribute 3% of your paycheck to your retirement fund, and you make $2,000 per paycheck, you'll be contributing $60 per paycheck to your retirement fund. If your employer offers a 100% match on contributions up to 3%, they will also be contributing 3% of your paycheck to your retirement account. So in this situation, each paycheck, $120 will be going into your retirement fund, and you're only contributing half of that. Unfortunately, not every single employer offers this plan, so check in with your company to see if they do. And there are limits to how much you can contribute to your retirement per year that change on an annual basis, so make sure to keep up to date with this year's limits. An IRA, on the other hand, is an account that you set up at a financial institution that allows you to independently save for retirement with tax-free growth, or on a tax-deferred basis. There are also limits to how much you can contribute to an IRA, but the biggest difference between an IRA and a 401k is that an IRA is not connected to your employer. It's an account you choose to open and fund on your own. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. There are two main types of IRAs, a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA, and there are different advantages to each. A Roth IRA is an account that offers tax-free growth and tax-free withdrawals in retirement. This means you pay tax on the money going into your account, but it still remains protected from being taxed while it's in there. And because you've already paid tax on the money going in, you don't have to pay it when you take out the money when you're in retirement. The benefit of this type of account is that if you plan on having a substantially larger income by the time you retire, you'll be in a higher tax bracket, which means the funds you take out from your 401k will be taxed at a higher rate. With a Roth IRA, you're taxed at the current tax bracket you're in when the funds go into your account, so you don't get taxed again when you withdraw the money in retirement. A traditional IRA works differently when it comes to taxes. Any money you contribute to your traditional IRA might be deductible from your taxes for the year. So the money going into your account is funded with pre-tax dollars. And when you withdraw the money in retirement, you'll be taxed then. For the purposes of this lesson, we're going to leave it there, but we recommend doing a little more research on each type of account to determine which is right for you. Let us know in the comments if you think we should do a lesson breaking down each type of retirement account. So now that you have a good idea of where you might want to put your retirement savings and how it works, let's talk about how to save for retirement. Step 1, start now. It doesn't matter how old you are or how much money you make. The most important thing you can do for your retirement savings is to start now for one very simple reason. The sooner you start, the more money you're going to have during retirement. This is where compound interest is very important. Let's say, for example, you invested $2,000 in a long-term bond that earns 3% interest every year. At the end of your first year, you'll have earned $60 in interest. You now have $2,060. In the following year, you'll earn 3% interest on that $2,060 instead of just the $2,000. It'll then grow a little bit more. That 3% is $62.80, which brings your total to $2,122.80. And then 40 years down the road, that $2,000 initial investment becomes $6,524.08 because of compound interest. And that's if you're not adding anything extra to the account. Imagine what it could be if you were continuously adding money to that account. If you're on the younger side and you feel like retirement is too far off, you should still start saving now. Let's look at an example. Say person A and person B are both 25. Person A starts saving for retirement at the age of 25 and puts away $100 a month with an average positive return of 12% a year, compounded monthly over 40 years. At the age of 65, person A will have around $1.17 million in their retirement account. On the other hand, person B starts saving at 55. Person B puts away $1,000 a month for 10 years and also averages a 12% positive return each year, compounded monthly for 10 years. Person B will have $230,000 in the retirement account. Even though person B saved more money toward the end, compound interest helped person A save more for retirement. That being said, if you feel like you're closer to retirement without enough saved, all is not lost. It's never too late to save for retirement. Even if you're in your 40s or 50s, you probably have more time than you think. Follow the next steps to get started saving for retirement. Step number 2, figure out how much you need to save. You want to make sure you have enough money in your retirement fund to cover all of your retirement costs. To do that, you can estimate in a few ways. The first is to simply aim to save 10 to 15% of your income for retirement each year. This includes your employer match if your retirement is in a 401k. So if you're saving 5% and your company matches 5%, you're already at 10%. This percentage is an average that can likely get you to a comfortable place in retirement. If you're not ready to save 15% of your income yet, see step 4. Or you can come up with a more personalized retirement savings goal with a little more math. If you have an idea of what your annual expenses might be in retirement, you can take that number and multiply it by 25 for 25 years. So, for example, if you plan to retire at 65 and you estimate your yearly expenses will be around $60,000 a year, you would multiply 60,000 by 25 and get 1.5 million. That number might seem high, but remember, starting as early as possible will set you up for success. If you're starting a little later in life and that number sounds high, consider saving a higher percentage, reducing your expenses, or even working a little longer to reach your goals. Step 3, take full advantage of your employer-sponsored plan. We talked about an employer-sponsored 401k before, but it's worth mentioning again. If you have access to one, your company can do some of the saving for you. Typically, employer contributions will only match up to a certain percentage. Make sure you're at least contributing the max amount your employer will match so that you can make the most of your employer-sponsored 401k. For example, if your employer matches up to 3%, make sure that you're contributing 3% so you can make the most out of what they're offering. And if your employer doesn't offer a 401k plan, think about which IRA account might be right for you so you can reach your retirement savings goals. Step 4, regularly increase your contributions. We mentioned before that there are limits to how much you can contribute to your retirement savings. Those limits change on a yearly basis, so make sure you're up to date with the current year's limits. But before you hit those limits, consider upping the percentage you put away each year. For example, if you're starting with putting 3% of your paycheck toward retirement, consider upping that to 4% the next year, and then 5% the next year. Continue to increase your contributions until you've maxed out your total contributions. Step 5, open additional retirement accounts. One retirement account is a great way to get started with your retirement savings, but more can help increase the amount of funds you'll have in retirement. And if you max out one type of retirement account, you could open a different type of retirement account. Different types of retirement accounts have different benefits. For example, if you have an employer-sponsored 401k, you can also open an IRA. If you don't have an employer-sponsored 401k, you could always consider opening up an additional IRA account. There are no limits to the amount of IRAs you can have, just a limit to the total contribution across all of your IRAs. In this situation, you could have both a Roth IRA and a traditional one to help reap the benefits of both. Once you've got the hang of saving for retirement, consider opening another account to save even more. There's a lot to think about when it comes to saving for retirement, but we hope this helps you understand the process so you can make the most of your retirement savings. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be back Wednesdays and Fridays with new personal finance lessons for you.